Everywhere that you look, there are monuments that the archaeologists have absolutely no knowledge of whatsoever. Would seem to be all cultures trying to signal some kind of sky people. What if we go past that wall? Real treasure troves waiting inside. Technology has been and is being developed at the moment. Archaeology will have to accept the fact that we have been visited by extraterrestrials in the remote past. Since the dawn of civilization, mankind has credited its origins to gods and other visitors from the stars. What if it were true? Did extraterrestrial beings really help to shape our history? And if so, will new evidence reveal, once and for all, that we are not alone? Throughout recorded history, archaeologists have discovered new structures, carvings, and texts that have put into question the established notions of our past. Ruins dating back thousands of years reveal engineering skills surpassed even modern capabilities. Ancient Russia depicts figures that resemble astronauts, and mysterious monuments aligned with the stars dot the landscapes moving through time. In his 1968 book, Chariots and Gods, Huracan Damkin composed that this evidence pointed to profound truth. Different had visited Earth in the distant past and changed the course of human history. This concept is known as ancient astronaut theory, and today it is embraced by literally millions of people. King Tut 2 may have more mysteries to reveal.
California Institute of Technology published a study claiming they have discovered a true ninth planet beyond.
Ancient astronaut theorists suggest the evidence that extraterrestrials visited Earth is all around us, and say that with new technology, we are uncovering more proof than ever before. Liquid water has been found on Mars. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope has made independent confirmations in the hunt for extrasolar planets.
Lisa 581. This would be the most Earth-like exoplanet yet discovered.
In the past few years, different channels discovered breakthrough. That was only possible because of our modern technology. The same thing happens in astronomy. Because of the Hubble telescope, we have discovered more than 2,500 so-called planets out of our solar system. The same thing in genetics. It's all connected. We should finally understand who linked all these things together. All of the new technologies that archaeologists have to use now, ground-penetrating radar, satellite images, even the access to Google has been a tremendous boon for archaeologists. And they're now finding things that we never thought existed. Science ultimately is a belief system that is based on certain evidence, but as new evidence comes in, authentic scientific investigation requires you to incorporate that evidence into the model that you are developing. If we look at the
recent findings, we're seeing the most revolutionary breakthroughs in the field of ancient astronaut theory that we have ever seen.
Wiltshire, England. Here stands one of the most mysterious stone monuments on Earth, Stonehenge. For centuries, it has baffled archaeologists, but in September of 2015, just 2 miles away, a discovery was made that could provide an important new piece to the puzzle. Durrington Walls, Great Britain's largest ancient hidden structure, or circuit roof. Archaeologists, using ground-penetrating data, uncovered something astonishing. Nearly 100 monolithic standing stones.
Recently, a type of superhenge was discovered only 2 miles from Stonehenge, and it's a giant mystery because, according to the working archaeologists, it's older. So the question now is, it's older than Stonehenge, what was its purpose and why was it built?
This is the southern side of Durrington Walls, the southern edge, Great Superhenge. Beneath my feet is at least one and another here of the 90 great stones. Now these stones, which were perhaps 15 feet in size, weighing anything between 10 to 15 tons apiece, were part of a huge arc that faced out towards the northern night sky. They were constructed as part of a mysterious monument even earlier than Durrington Walls, which dates to around 2500 BC. So they could be hundreds, perhaps even thousands of years earlier, and something lights here the complete mystery.
These stones were purposely buried, and they seem to be part of a ritual complex that goes way beyond that particular state into the entire plan which is found. So these stones encircle one part of the site, and were probably buried under a mound. It's really mysterious.
While the stones of Stonehenge that have been discovered so far form an arc, many researchers believe it was originally a full circle, much like another ancient structure located just 300 yards to the south, Woodhenge.
This is Woodhenge. This was a smaller monument consisting of 6 concentric rings of wooden posts that pointed up towards the sky not 4,000 years ago. And this monument itself, being circular in the same way that Stonehenge was, suggests to us that the 90 stones around the edge of Durrington was a huge great circle in itself. The largest ring of stones anywhere in Europe, perhaps even in the world.
Incredibly, the newly discovered Superhenge not only has been uncovered beneath the earth here. Since July 2010, an international team of experts, as part of the Stonehenge Hidden Landscapes Project, has been mapping the entire area using the latest technology. More than 15 underground sites have been found.
The landscape around Stonehenge is actually archaeologically very, very rich. Rather than Stonehenge being this monument that sits by itself in Salisbury Plain, what has been revealed is that it is part of a vast sacred landscape that once covered Salisbury Plain and went all the way down to the River Avon.
There's no doubt that these finds will cause English archaeologists to have to move and Stonehenge, because Stonehenge is not going to be considered an isolated space. It's curious.
While mainstream scientists believe Stonehenge and its surrounding sites were ancient ritual and burial grounds, there is no written record to explain how ancient people chose to loot and erect massive blocks that weighed 50 tons, some of which were transported from over 100 miles away. Now that a second Stonehenge has been found, the theory that these sites were simply burial grounds has been thrown on greater origin.
These ancient people had a great deal of knowledge about how to align these structures perfectly. So we're dealing with an advanced civilization, to say the least, where they had that knowledge, where they developed the ability to put these incredible monuments together. They've always aligned.
Archaeologists believe that Stonehenge's two rings of standing stones may be simply the remains of a much larger structure based on the presence of the earthen hedge that surrounds it. This has led to speculation that Superhenge also contain additional rings. These structures even had walls and roofs. But in truth, one is very much more than simply a site of religious ceremony.
When we look at these extraordinary structures on Earth, it makes you wonder, did extraterrestrials have a hand in creating these massive monuments, or did they teach humans how to build those monuments?
So you have to wonder what the purpose of these giant stone circles are around the world. It's possible that they were some kind of spaceport or conceived cities.
Is it possible that Stonehenge and the many structures that surround it are the remnants of extraterrestrial spaceports? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes, and suggest that further proof exists in the form of DNA evidence hidden in the tomb of King Tut. Egypt. Here lies the tomb of the world's most famous pharaoh, King. When it was discovered in 1952, completely intact and preserved after more than 3,000 years, it was considered one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of all time. But as spectacular a find as it was, with a century later, new evidence has come to light that there may be much more to King Tut's bronze-worthy place than meets the eye. While examining high-resolution scans of the tomb, on September 28, 2015, Nicholas Reeves found something remarkable. A possibility of two hidden passages connected directly to King Tut's burial chamber.
There was a Spanish company who was able to scan the whole in order to replicate it. This high-definition photography scanning that Reeves noticed that on the north wall of the burial chamber there's cracks indicating the possibility of a door, and also on the eastern wall. So there's two possible chambers.
Reeves took his laser images to Rukn Lamati, who is the Minister of Antiquities in Egypt, and they both decided to dig through. Use those then, which tells you the exact density of the wall at every part, and they have confirmed you might have discovered another passway or a change behind these springs. Whether there are more buried treasures beyond the painted walls remains to be seen. But if so, Reeves has a theory. He believes the passageway may lead to the tomb of Queen Nefertiti, wife of Pharaoh Akhenaten, who ruled in the 14th century BC.
Reeves is speculating that in fact Tutankhamun inherited the tomb of Nefertiti. The reason is this: the tomb of Tutankhamun is very unusual. It's rather small compared to the other pharaohs. All great kings of the Athenian dynasty have amazingly large tombs, storerooms and chambers. Tutankhamun's tomb, if it is his tomb, is very modest.
But why would Nefertiti be hidden beyond King Tut's? Ancient astronaut theorists believe there may be a profound reason that Queen Nefertiti was not of this world.
Nefertiti's parents are unknown. On pictures, he's shown one of these elongated heads. Now we know the gods, old Egyptian gods, they had longer heads than we have. According to the pyramid priests, sometimes they left the earth and then they returned again. So Nefertiti's parents were maybe extraterrestrials. King Akhenaten and his wife looked completely differently than all the other ancient Egyptians. King Akhenaten always depicted with it elongated, bigger sized head, a belly that drools over his belt. He believed he wasn't man, and he wasn't and he wasn't a king, he was just something else.
The most unusual feature is an elongated skull. There's been a lot of discussions about what these skulls meant, whether they were literally elongated skulls or whether they were just decoration features. It's certainly very intriguing. It doesn't appear before or afterwards. So there's something rather odd about this.
The ring of Akhenaten and Nefertiti introduced some new and controversial monotheistic faith to Egypt, worshipping the disc-shaped sun god Aten.
Was described as this flying sun disk. Egyptologists are merely saying that this was nothing else than the sun. But the question is, can the sun instruct you in different disciplines? And the answer is no. So we have to see whether or not our ancestors encountered technology and misinterpreted it as something in nature.
Is it possible the depictions of Akhenaten the disc-shaped god are evidence that they were not of this world? And if so, might Queen Nefertiti's tomb contain DNA evidence of their terrestrial origins?
The ancient Egyptians did not want us to know anything about Nefertiti or Akhenaten, or even Tutankhamun. They made every effort they possibly could to erase all references to their existence. So what is it about Nefertiti that makes mixing the two so powerful? This ultimately goes back to Akhenaten and Nefertiti's introduction of the teaching of the celestial disk. What if when we go past that wall, the real treasure trove is waiting inside? When we go in there, we're going to find artifacts that be undeniably extraterrestrial.
Could this tomb hide otherworldly secrets and treasures? Might we be on the verge of locating indisputable evidence of extraterrestrial intervention in the distant past? Perhaps additional pieces to the puzzle can be found deep within the depth of a flying superstar. Teotihuacan, Mexico, April 24th, 2015. For 6 years, Mexican archaeologist Sergio Gomez has been performing an excavation in the ancient city's third which dates back to the 2nd century AD. Was uncovered numerous relics in the course of his excavation. But on this day, he discovered something completely unexpected in a chamber below the pyramid. Large quantities of liquid mercury.
Gomez has been lectured, penetrating a tunnel, and he's now reached a depth of 300 feet. But along the way they found liquid mercury. Why would you put liquid mercury inside the tomb? You wouldn't want to put mercury down there just for the heck of it, because if you get too close to it or too involved with it, it's going to kill you.
Mercury, extremely rare development that today is used primarily in electronics and automobiles. So the presence of this dangerous substance below an ancient Aztec pyramid has puzzled scientists. But ancient astronaut theorists believe the mercury found at this temple built along Quetzalcoatl, a feathered serpent that came down from the sky, may have a direct connection to the beings Aztecs referred to as their gods.
Now liquid mercury was not only found in Teotihuacan. According to old Indian texts, liquid mercury was one propulsion system which the extraterrestrials used for the flying machines.
There are many legends that Nazis themselves actually went through these Sanford texts in order to help them develop their own flying craft technology. What we know from the leaked German scientific reports that apparently you subject mercury to a very high level of electrostatic charge and then rotate it, you get a gravitational thrust which allows you to create inertial force that can counteract normal force of gravity.
So the idea that you have references to Mercury in a chamber of feathered surface, one has to ask the question, what was this feathered surface? According to the ancient astronaut theory, we are talking about physical craft that at some point were misinterpreted as living creatures. Could this incredible discovery of liquid mercury provide further proof that the feathered surface actually is spacecraft? Ancient astronaut theorists believe another toxic tube may help answer this question. Shanxi Province. Here, buried deep under a hill, lies Emperor Qin Shi Huang. Disturbed for more than 2,000 years, his tomb is best known for the discovery of thousands of terracotta warriors. Much of the massive underground structure is not yet evacuated due to high levels of mercury.
If somebody were to ask me what is the most fantastic archaeological site on the planet Earth, my answer would be simple. It's Emperor Qin. Writing from time Emperor Qin, 2nd century BC, told us that this guy was buried in a tomb that had a scale model of China inside of it, with flowing rivers of mercury moving around cities that were built in scale model.
Is it coincidence that an ancient tomb in China and an ancient temple in Mexico both contain mercury? Curiously, much like the Aztec stories of Quetzalcoatl coming down from the sky, the Chinese say the ancestor of Qin Shi Huang, the Yellow Emperor, descended from the heavens on a dragon.
According to some mythological accounts, the Yellow Emperor was riding around on a dragon when he saw the people of Earth in need, so he descended from the heavens down.
According to Chinese myth, after ruling for 100 years, the Yellow Emperor called for the return of the dragon.
70 different people from his own staff all got on board this dragon and flew away. The dragon is said to travel vast distances in a short period of time. So the Yellow Dragon does appear to be a very large spacecraft traveling at extraordinary speed, and all of the events that I'm describing to you actually did take place in physical, tangible reality.
Liquid mercury is such an obscure substance. So how do you account for the ancient Aztecs and the Chinese creating rivers of mercury from the tombs of some of their greatest figures, unless we know the hidden secrets of this substance, the secrets caught by extraterrestrials?
Is it possible that the Aztec story of a flying feathered serpent and the Chinese story of a dragon coming down from the sky are both describing alien spacecraft? And is theorists say yes, and propose even more compelling evidence that our ancestors encountered otherworldly technology might lie high on the mountains of Peru, hidden beneath the earth. The star citadel of the Inca civilization was built high in the Andes Mountains around 1450 AD. It was sunk and mysteriously abandoned roughly a century later. Mainstream scholars contend the construction of Machu Picchu led by Emperor and with thousands of men working decades complete. But ancient astronaut theorists suggest that the precise construction through flotation of massive blobs and the Inca's own accounts all point to a very different explanation for Machu Picchu. That of otherworldly beings. Emperor Pachacutec believed to have had a special bond with God Viracocha. Pachacutec, in the days leading up to the great battle against the Chaco, he takes kind of free. He goes to a lake, and out of the sky drops this piece of metal into the lake. When he fishes it out of the lake, it's a mirror, and he sees an image in the mirror. This supernatural creature in the mirror tells him, "I am your father. You will win many battles in your lifetime, this one included." The image is actually Viracocha, the creator deity. And then as Pachacutec stood with his vastly smaller army, these giant megalithic stones came to life, became his army, and crushed the giants. Pachacutec actually had power behind him. It makes me wonder what fact this is future technology. Could the story of Pachacutec levitating massive stones be true? And would that mirror that fell from the sky have been some type of alien technology? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes, and suggest a new discovery at Machu Picchu may reveal what happened to this otherworldly device. David Fisher was vacationing in Machu Picchu in 2010 when he discovered that at one of the main buildings there seemed to be a doorway purposely sealed with locks. In August of 2011, he reached out to Thierry Herman, an archaeologist that had been studying Peru in the Inca Empire for more than 15 years. Within a month, Thierry started his own investigation with local archaeologists and specialists in funerary sites. Thierry and radar technician Ricardo Mata took a scan from above blocked entrance with ground-penetrating radar. The image on the radar reveals a large cavity, and the broken lines indicate that this will be stairs leading even further down into the earth. I thought I would quick detect that there were metal inside this hidden chamber. Gold, silver, and other types of metallic objects, suggesting very strongly that we're dealing with some kind of tomb. Although Thierry has confirmed Crespi's suspicions, the odd structure is an entrance sealed off at some point by the Incas. Peruvian authorities have since abandoned their journey to site for further investigations. All of the iconographic and archaeological elements show us that this is all associated with the mausoleum of Pachacutec. Maybe the most archaeological treasure ever found in Machu Picchu. Could the tomb of Pachacutec lie beyond these rocks? Astronaut theorists suggest that it might also contain advanced technology, So, particularly on the symbols involved in the architect, but later on, your proportion. We're talking about the Emperor's connection to this extraterrestrial being. Now think about it, if we're talking about recovering his tomb and his artifacts, and we're talking about ultimately being able to recover the power that Uther possessed. And what we're going to be seeing here is ironclad evidence emerging of extraterrestrial involvement in human years. When the underground chamber found Machu Picchu is excavated, will we discover undeniable proof? This is constructed with real technology. Ancient astronaut theories suggest further evidence can be found by examining newly discovered Nazca lines, as well as similar geoglyphs found on the other side of the world. Nazca, Peru. First discovered in 1927, the Nazca Lines insist hundreds of designs known as geoglyphs can only be seen from above. Scattered over 200 square miles in southern Peru, mainstream archaeologists believe the figures were created by the ancient Nazca people sometime between the 1st and 8th centuries AD. Ancient astronaut theorists have been studying the Nazca lines for years. They maintain that the massive and complex designs must have been created as signals to celestial beings that came down from the heavens. And they say new evidence proves that aliens not only visited Nazca, they've been there over the centuries. On July 6, 2015, team anthropologists from Yamagata University in Japan revealed they had found new Nazca lines due to erosion or impossible making with the naked eye. Conducting a three-dimensional scan of the ground, they uncovered a total of 24 images, including strange-looking humanoid figures, disembodied head, and a line 65 feet long. According to their findings, new geoglyphs date from 400 to 200 BC, hundreds of years older than those previously listed.
These new finds are instrumental in showing the duration of which these types of modifications were going on for years. Different motivations, different emotions. It would seem to be all cultures were trying to signal some kind of sky people, and probably over time we're trying to induce them to come back down from the sky and land their ships. You have to wonder then if with at least 4 successive cultures doing this, that you would think they must have had some success.
Some ancient astronaut theorists have even suggested that the discovery of older Nazca lines may indicate that the people responsible for the later geoglyphs were imitating what was originally made by the extraterrestrials themselves.
The question starts to rise is, were various different people coming to Nazca to make these petroglyphs, these large diagrams, or were they possibly recreating some initial experiment, some initial thing that took place? What if some of the early cultures in Nazca actually experienced interaction with beings who were creating edifices that could only be seen from the sky? And the only way to get to lure them back is to create these ways to communicate and better themselves.
For decades, it was thought that there was no other place on Earth but Nazca. Recently, a shocking discovery was made on the opposite side of the globe. Chirgan Cosmos, 2015. Using satellite photography, NASA captures images of more than 260 geoglyphs covering ground here.
hidden in a very brutal hole, and they could only be found thanks to modern technology. They're much more complex than the massive geoglyphs in that they are three-dimensional. They are mounds and trenches, whereas the Nazca lines are etchings in the sand.
We're talking here about massive features that are constructed from earthen mounds and also from wood, showing everything from rings to squares, crosses, and even swastikas that are on the ground.
The archaeologists in the area have no idea who made the geoglyphs or what they represent. But one fact they've been able to glean is that some of these glyphs date back 8,000 years. Nearly 6,000 years older than the Nazca lines. Since these could be dated to 8,000 years old, we have to wonder who they were trying to communicate with. Could it have been possibly what a lot of these ancient cultures referred to as gods? I think that we're finding more and more of these symbols simply tell us that the humankind at that time tried to communicate what they thought were the gods from above. The new geoglyphs found in Kazakhstan evidence that our ancestors encountered extraterrestrial visitors as much as 8,000 years ago. Ancient astronaut theorists say yes, and suggest that these glyphs may prove to have been made at the same time as the newly discovered Superhenge. Because while Stonehenge is considered to be at least 5,000 years old, some believe the buried monolith of Superhenge could be much older.
Stonehenge is only one small part of the gigantic archaeological puzzle. Now we must stumble over the stone shells, over the stone lines, and automatically be able to ask questions. What is it? How have they done it? For what purpose? And sooner or later, we come up with the point. There may be a message by the extraterrestrials.
Is it possible that the geoglyphs recently discovered in Nazca and Kazakhstan are tied to not only the new discovery of Superhenge in England, but also to other mysterious sites around the world that were made to be seen in the sky? If so, could evidence that these markers were intended for extraterrestrial visitors be hidden beneath the earth in Mexico, Peru, China, and Egypt? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes, and suggest that we are on the verge of uncovering the ultimate proof of alien contact. Ancient astronaut theorists argue that in recent times, the mainstream has dismissed the possibility that another race of advanced beings came to Earth from a distant past. Even though the signs are all around us.
Experts believe the mysterious objects surrounding a giant star could be an alien megastructure.
1,500 light years from Earth, signals are blasted into the star KIC 846285-2. The giant solar panel built by an alien civilization.
Thousands of miles away in a cave in South Africa, archaeologists with hundreds of ancient bones of the new human ancestor.
As more and more new evidence flows in, ancient astronaut theory nearing a point where it will be considered by mainstream scholars as a serious possibility.
Great thinkers like Galileo were dismissed as fools and heretics. They were the ones that had the right idea. New ideas are not accepted easily. For centuries it was believed that the Earth was flat. We are as the Earth people. As we evolve as a humankind, we are going to realize that what we were taught in the past may not be what we should be. We're going to continue to learn
new things about past civilizations, and new things of what could have been future civilizations. You've got to that we are not alone in the universe, and that we've been visited, and we continue to be visited. With the technology that has been and is being developed at the moment, ultimately, archaeology will have no other choice except the fact that we have been visited by extraterrestrials in the remote past.
For me personally, I think these extraterrestrials enough purpose to call it something like a time capsule. That's why they made these gigantic stone circles, stone lights, was addressed to us. We should ask her who were these extraterrestrials, where did they come from? What's the reason? Will they come down again? I'm sure they will.
We are now living in a paradigm shift in which the new evidence is upholding an old and ancient idea that extraterrestrials came to Earth and had a huge influence on human affairs, and that ultimately the future depends on things as well.
As technology continues to improve, will irrefutable evidence be uncovered of extraterrestrial intervention on Earth? Evidence that world governments have been hiding from us for decades. Could the smoking gun be concealed behind a tomb wall? Hidden away in an ancient temple? Or even buried right under our feet? If otherworldly beings really Hong Kong, 1935. In a small but distant ship, German paleontologists goofed off on Honto purchased a set of giant molars thought to be the teeth of a human. After further studies on Honto, he had stumbled upon the first fossil evidence of an extinct species of ape called Gigantopithecus. Standing 10 feet tall and weighing 1,200 pounds, the gigantic ape, believed to have lived alongside several early hominid species tens to thousands of years, is the largest known planet ever walked. He had descended of this ancient beast.
Popular theory for the origin of Sasquatch is that it may be descended from unknown great ape, Gigantopithecus, a giant ape that lived during the latter part of the Pleistocene and achieved, along with many others, gigantic proportions. As an ape with a small brain, it had extra crests and ridges of bone to provide attachment for the massive muscles to drive these very heavy jaws. By comparison, the gorilla has the crests and ridges that are found on Gigantopithecus or Bigfoot, presumably to support the muscles attaching to a very small brain, a small cranial covering.
The skulls of Gigantopithecus and the modern-day gorilla, typical of large primates. The human skull, species also believed to have descended from large primates, is very different.
The human skull is remarkably smaller, our distinction being a much greater cranial capacity, smaller jaws, smaller muscles to drive these jaws.
What can account for such significant differences in related species? And why are humans relatively hairless and possess brains far more advanced than other primates? Are we really the result of evolution? Truth. That the real alien hybrid
What today is referred to as the missing link is extraterrestrial intervention, because without that extraterrestrial intervention, evolution did not take place the way it was supposed to. Right after we shed our fur, for millennia, we had to keep warm by wearing furs. Yet, we used to have fur all over our body, so something doesn't make sense.
Our ancient ancestors here may well be, in a sense, aliens from some other solar system, perhaps the Greys. What they've done is manipulate what were already humanoids on this planet, but brute humanoids. Hairy, brutish people, the caveman of ancient times, but were being genetically manipulated and given the DNA of these extraterrestrials.
Progression of the Darwinian evolution, looking at the Neanderthal man, the Australopithecine, all the way up to Cro-Magnon, it's very possible that that missing link is still being looked into. Now, I don't think they're ever going to find it, because the missing link more than likely was a genetic alteration on that hominid to make us.
Could Homo sapiens really be a species not indigenous to planet Earth? And if humans are the result of genetic engineering by alien beings, as ancient astronaut theorists believe, might Bigfoot creatures really be the last surviving examples of prehistoric creatures who had ever originally dominated this planet?
Is it possible that during the genetic manipulation of human beings, we at one point started out as Sasquatch and Bigfoot and Yetis?
One of the stories in the Sumerian myths is how the gods came into contact with this ape-like creature here on Earth. Said, we can put our genetic marker on this creature and make man in our image and our likeness. These ape-like, hairy creatures existed here naturally on Earth, and are possibly the origins of how humanity was spliced by the Anunnaki into creating us that still exists today.
Might the legend of Bigfoot really be the story of Earth creatures who escaped experimentation by ancient aliens? And could this help explain why they were hiding from man for thousands of years?
I think out of all the so-called paranormal phenomena that is scoffed at by science, we, at some point, in the not-too-distant future, are going to have real, irrefutable evidence of the existence of these creatures. The fact that Bigfoot have been able to skirt about on the periphery and remain hidden and remain secretive and be seldom seen means that they're intelligent. What happens when populations keep expanding, remote areas start getting settled, and Bigfoot starts to lose more and more of its territory? What's going to happen? Where's Bigfoot going to go?
I think this is extraordinarily powerful information to suggest that we were indeed engineered by ancient extraterrestrial beings, and Bigfoot might just be the first intelligent life here on Earth.
Is it possible that legends of Bigfoot creatures are real? Could they have been the product of genetic manipulation of otherworldly beings? Or are humans the real alien creatures, manufactured by using alien and hominid DNA? If so, would not help to explain why Bigfoot is so elusive? Not because we are afraid of them, because they were afraid of us. Elizabeth Lake, Spring, California. This hot desert body of water sits at the junction of the tectonic plates that form powerful San Andreas Fault. The Mexicans who colonized California in the 1700s called it Laguna del Diablo. It was said the devil's own head had come into this world through a hole at the bottom of the lake.
Local legend says that bottom is actually an entrance to the underworld. They call it the Lake of the Devil. And it's said that in the middle of the 18th century, from up until about 1880 onwards, something was happening there which frightened locals.
Some of the rich landowners built ranches there. Ranchers claimed to have been harassed and tormented by some sort of monstrous beast that would come out of the water and steal cattle and menace the locals.
The The ranchers who claimed to have witnessed this beast called it the Thunderbird. And their description of it was nearly identical to that of the giant bird witnessed by cowboys in Tombstone in 1890.
Eventually, landowners got it in his head that he was going to hunt this hunter down and sell it in the circus. So according to the story, this rancher was able to actually fire a few shots at this creature. It was bulletproof and metallic. It bounced off him after that encounter. The bird flew east, never to be seen again.
Could this so-called Thunderbird really have been the same creature that cowboy shot at in Tombstone? And why was it referred to by locals as the Devil's Hat?
They have the vocabulary we have today. So when things happened that they couldn't explain, it was called the Devil's Tower, it was called the Devil's Lake, it was called Devil's this or the Devil's that.
Take it away from religion, and you might find that this was a portal to another dimension, which locals knew about, and might have something to do with the fact that this mysterious entity was present at that very specific location.
If a portal to another dimension or another part of the universe does lie at the bottom of Elizabeth Lake, might it also be possible that the Thunderbird was not really a creature at all, but something even more incredible?
Thunderbird was enormous. It made enormous noises, so the thunder part of it could sound as an engine.
Besides, able to literally pierce and emanate fire. We have this large flying winged creature, which gives off a thunderous sound and light fly from its eyes. That to me suggests it could be dealing with some sort of craft.
Native Indians in North America, we know of course bird. Now something differently arrived. An object fly, which is bigger than the eagle, but at the same time makes tremendous noise. So you have the creation of the Thunderbird. Even when the airplanes first started going out in the sky here in the Southwest, they referred to them as metal birds. As a matter of fact, that are the first fisherman craft landed in Zuni. And you guys know where they're actually went out there and we think of a concept called cultural pranking, which is the idea that UFOs can mask themselves to appear as almost anything. You go back to ancient China and they talked about the flying dragons. You go back to the ancient Egyptians, they talked about flying bumps. You go to the Roman times and they talked about flying shields. Perhaps that was just their interpretation, or perhaps that's what they actually saw.
Iraq, site of ancient Mesopotamia, cradle of civilization. In the remains of the ancient city of Nineveh, Sumerian tablets dating back to as early as 1800 BC tell the story of King Gilgamesh. In this epic epic, Gilgamesh has a companion named who is described as a hairy wild man living outside human society.
What is fascinating about the Epic of Gilgamesh is the fact that it relates to us a story of Enkidu, who allegedly was a giant. It is possible that Enkidu, this wild hairy beast, this giant, could have been of extraterrestrial origin, because that is what the ancient Sumerian texts are saying. Enkidu is described in the Gilgamesh as being a hairy, man-like monster with great strength. And when you read that story, then you have to think that Enkidu is some kind of Bigfoot, Sasquatch. This is the actual first fashioned being by the gods. where they put their genetic marker on it to make a new being that would be their slave, and they call this being the Enkidu. Is it possible, as ancient astronaut theories suggest, that the epic Enkidu actually describes created terrestrial beings? Sumerian texts also describes ancient sky gods of Kindur, called the Anunnaki. The ancient astronaut theory explains how these gods were probably extraterrestrials. The genetic marker on this beast, that beast would still exist, probably went on its own evolutionary path to be the Bigfoot and the Sasquatch that we have today. The ancient evidence of such human-like beasts provide further evidence that this otherworldly being may have really existed throughout our history. Some believe the giant in the Old Testament story of David and Goliath may also be an early representation.
If you think about the story of David and Goliath is huge and he's big and he's hairy, but he doesn't live on the edge of civilization or avoid people. He's really being used as a weapon, almost, a weapon of terror against the Israelites.
Without reading the Bible in more detail and descriptions of these giants, there were various other big creatures in our ancestors' world which we no longer are aware of, and Bigfoot might just be one category which somehow has been able to survive. Whether or not Goliath is a Bigfoot, they definitely sit within the same category of a creature which clearly is not human, clearly is also present here, and which is taller than our ancestors were.
My question is, what is the truth behind this particular story? And it is possible, as some scholars have suggested, that Goliath might have been an extraterrestrial, that he was a type of giant, a human abomination, half alien, half human creature that was so terrifying, so horrendous, that David took it upon himself to vanquish that beast.
All cultures across the world, whether it's South America, Native American Indians, Europe, Russia, China, Tibet, Australia, all these nations have legends and tales of giant hairy wild men. Now, you know, people say, well, legends are just legends. But when you have cultures and countries separated by oceans, all talking about very similar things, to me, this does suggest that in times past, these things were very, very prevalent and widespread across the world.
In March 2010, panel of 41 planets concluded the impact of an asteroid smashed into Earth. Probably triggered global climate change, resulted in mass extinction of the Earth's dinosaurs. But is there also evidence that some dinosaur species survived? And if so, might they also have evolved?
Haley Pollock tell us that all these things have been extinct for 65 million years, yet they still crop up.
And they appear to be prehistoric animals, dinosaurs literally, that have survived right down to today. Much like coelacanths and alligators and sharks and turtles also have survived from those same prehistoric times. I believe that ancient prehistoric monsters are still living in remote areas of the world, either in oceans, lakes, or jungle areas to today. In the Highland District, the legend of the Loch Ness Monster has long been part of Celtic and Norse folklore. Recorded accounts of sightings can be traced to the year 565 to the Irish monk St. Columba, powerful leader who founded monasteries in Ireland and Scotland. In his journals, Columba wrote of an encounter bearing a man near the shores of the now fabled Loch Ness. They explained to Father Columba that the man who had died had been swimming in the lake and was attacked by the water beast. Upon hearing this, Father Columba sent his own follower into the lake. When the beast came after this man, Father Columba made the sign of a cross and commanded the beast not to harm the man. The beast fled and was never seen harming another man again. A lot of people don't realize how big Loch Ness is. It's 23 miles long and a mile wide, and at its deepest point about 800 feet. And the water is very, very dark and dense, and so it is a prime location where conceivably they didn't need to service it often. They would sort of bypass detection. When we're confronted with the Loch Ness Monster or any kind of anomalous creature, the question really is, where does it come from? Is it a remnant of the dinosaur age, or is it something which is out of this world? We know that, for example, St. Columba, that he felt that the lake was sacred, that there was something present there which had a religious connotation, which is why he wanted to do that place to begin with. The intriguing thing is that there actually have been a significant number of UFO sightings over the loch itself, strange, bright vivid objects hovering over the water late at night, which clearly aren't helicopters or aircraft, meteorites or anything like that at all. So, in other words, Loch Ness is a weird and spooky place.
Could the so-called sea monsters of Loch Ness possibly be descendants of ancient dinosaurs? Or might it be another, perhaps, extraterrestrial origin? If so, what might this say about other mythical sea beasts, like the seven-headed Sumerian sea monster, the Leviathan?
The Leviathan is sometimes described as a serpent or crocodile or a dragon, but of course is the